Lighting, I forgot his name, like Jorgensen. He's on Skillshare. It's like Jordy, that's his name. I don't remember his last name. But like, why did my light just turn off? Did you unplug my light, cat? Oh my god, it's so bright in here now. Look, if this guy can make money doing photography, so can you. Ooh. That girl on the left I actually matched with on Hinge, and I fumbled because I had a typo and a double message. I can blur my background just so it's easier to see my writing. Wow, the MacBook's starting to spool up. The dog decides to start eating right now. The cat's too beautiful. The reason I'm making this video is I consider myself more of a creative than just a musician. So even though a lot of my channel is guitar stuff, I also take pictures. I probably make more money taking pictures than I do guitar stuff. And taking pictures part was way easier because like the work just came to me. I never sought it out. Leave the cat alone. So first I'll tell you how I got my camera, and no, I didn't go to a store and just buy it. My camera approached me. So I got my camera from my job, my security guard. He said, "Hey, you're a creative type. Do you want to buy my camera? I'm trying to get rid of it." And I was like, "Sure." So I bought his Nikon D3300 for $350, and I might have got hosed a little bit on there. It wasn't like a bad deal, but it was like not the best price I could have got for someone just trying to get rid of a camera. But it came with 2 lenses, and I was like, sure. He had a bag, all the cleaning stuff. So I said, you know what, just give me all that. And I said, all right, I don't got the money right now, but I'll buy from you some other time. Well, he's like, how much do you got? I said, I got 150 towards the 350. So he's like, cool, give me that and just pay me back the rest when you can. I said, sure, okay. So I started taking pictures, and just by having this camera, I swear my net worth just started increasing. Like we'll get to that part. So I got the camera, cool. I take it that night to a gig in downtown Orlando called Rock Pit Brewing not a gig, a jam, and it's no longer there. But I go to this jam and I meet my friend Michael, who I also played in a church with for like the last year and a half until recently. Totally unrelated to this night, but that's where I met him. And he sees me with my camera, and he's like, hey, can I hire you to do a photography gig? And I'm thinking in my head about all the content I've been consuming, books I've been reading, and they all told me to say, yes, you can. And my friend Patrick, who works for the Orlando Sentinel, he was like showing me how to use the camera. She taught me how to get some good pictures. And that's how I got my first gig. The first day I got that camera, I took it to a jam, and someone saw me with it. It's like, hey, can you come shoot some pictures for me? I said, sure. So in case the universe doesn't love you like it loves me, just the best way to tell people you do something is for them to see you doing it. Like I just be out my camera and people are like, that guy's a photographer. And I didn't get imposter syndrome with photography like I did with guitar, because like I knew I took some good pictures here and there, and like just people's reaction to me changed the way I viewed myself. Did you go in your food bag? Oh wait, I do gotta feed you. Darn. Hey yo, can you wait like 5 minutes, bro? It's gonna be longer than 5 minutes. But here's how I got good at taking pictures. I'll show you my pictures in a second. But I like just basically went out on a weekend and I said, I'll take 500 pictures today. And no exaggeration, I just went out, snapped a picture of everything. I like shoot the same car 20 times, trying to get it like most in focus, most like get the most amount of background blur. I was trying to learn how to get the bokeh, trying to learn when to use the zoom lens, when to use the prime lens. I learned you should use one lens at a time. It's like don't even take 2 lenses, but you take one lens and just like go out and just shoot a bunch of stuff on the street. Just go shoot random people. And like yeah, so I went out this weekend. I took 500 pictures. And I did that like 2 or 3 weekends in a row. And by like the third weekend, I was like, oh yeah, I can do this at a great level. Like even my friends who just saw me pick up the camera, they're like, you're taking some really great photos. I'm sorry, this dog is freaking me out. Let me go put him out for a second. Oh boy, I can hear this MacBook going crazy. That's how you know it's gonna be a quality video. Yeah, so I went out, I took like 500 pictures, and I just like started trying different stuff. I take a picture of a fountain, I'm like, Okay, I need a little bit higher shutter speed because of all this movement, and I'll mess with the focus, I'll mess with the ISO, try to get these pictures as sharp as possible, make it so that they look so good. The editing is just something extra I can do. I don't even need an edit. And let's just jump over to some of the pictures. Some of them are rough and some I jump around. So this is a lot of these shots are on my iPhone. Oh no, my messy food bowl. You can't show the oxtail. That's a craft secret. So here's like some of my pictures on my Instagram. I just pulled open my iPad because I'm lazy. But like this was actually on my phone, and believe it or not, I didn't tweak like anything. There was a lot of lightning going on in that cloud, so I just took out my phone and used one of the pro apps and just shot that. And I think what I did is like add a little bit of contrast and a little bit of green. Cat, what are you doing? Why'd you knock my book down? These clouds, I just like messed with the tint because I thought it looked cool. This is like, a lot of this is iPhone photography. So even that, like I got so confident that I just like go and do shoots with my phone, and the people saw the pictures and they're like, these are pretty good. I took my friend's Fujifilm and I took it to Chicago. This is like 3 weeks after those other pictures you saw on my phone. So it's probably like a month and a half into my photography journey. And I just like had this Fujifilm, and this is a shot I took. This is just a preset in Adobe because I was tweaking with it, and I just like saw this one down there. I'm like, this is the exact feeling I got and what I remember it looking like. This is just my iPhone over some clouds. I went and filmed my friends at Tanqueray's bar where they're playing a set. That's John Legend's drummer. This is a car I took with my phone. I just like dropped the shutter speed real low. A friend told me the best camera you can have is the one you have with you. He quoted somebody who was probably quoting somebody. So this is another one on my phone, and this is just what the sunsets look like in Florida. Like I barely did anything in this photo. I think I turned the highlights down a little bit because that Tesla was like blinding me. And that's the same photo again. This is like my preschool class from a few years ago, one of my kids. This is a little water area near my house, which until I started walking my dog, I didn't even know was 5 minutes down the street. That was with my DSLR, my Nikon. This is my phone again. I like trying to take low light photos, even though the sensor's not great for it. And now let's see if I have like some from a shoot. I'll find the ones from New Year's. I just like went up to people and asked them if I could take pictures, and they said yes. So there's some friends I went out with. That girl on the left I actually matched with on Hinge, and I fumbled because I had a typo and a double message. So rip. These were some friends. This is a woman who saw my camera and asked me to take a picture of her. Friend Jarius. He cosplays a really good cyborg. Some girls who asked me to take a picture. My friend Gabe. Man, that's pretty cringe. So I'm not really great with women, but I just went up to this girl, and the one on the right, I was like, "You look really pretty. Can I take your picture?" And she's like, "Stop." I was like, "Oh no, really." And how you know I'm a real gentleman? I didn't ask for a number or anything. I just walked away after I took the picture, and she like looked at me kind of shocked. Is that an L or not? Let me know in the chat. Some other girls who asked me to take a picture. That security guard on the right actually went to church with growing up, and I didn't recognize him, but he recognized me. So I pretended like I knew him. Then I remembered him after my little sister told me who he was. So I think my first gig was actually free because I showed up late and I was like really busy that day. And I told him, I'll just shoot it for free. He's like, "Oh, great." But that was the keyboard player I talked about from earlier. So first gig free. And my next gig, I think, was... Oh, yeah, I just, this girl I was talking to from a jam, she asked if I did videography because she saw a lot of my videos and pictures and stuff. And she's just like, "You're somebody with a camera. Can you come film this thing for me?" And I was like, "Sure." And she's like, "How much you want?" I'm like, "Oh, no, how long is it going to be? An hour and a half, maybe? All right, $100 should be fine." And then she wanted me to do video editing too. So I said, "Okay, an extra 100, so 200." And then when I was editing the video, she's like, "You can just send it to me raw. They'll edit it." So I said, "Okay." And she still gave me the 200. So second gig, well, actually I paid for $200. My third gig, what was I doing for my third gig? My third gig was Oh yeah, this is right about the time where I was out every night taking pictures, and I just stopped answering my phone because I was so frustrated I didn't get any time to myself. It completely fell off photography for a year, but here I am returning. So I'll just say the gig I have now, I'm gonna take graduation pictures for my preschool, which is I'm on my last year on, and they asked me to just take their baby pictures and take some current pictures, put it in the slideshow. So for that, I asked for $400, and yeah, that's about the rates I'm making. That's just from people only approaching me. I never even like felt like going out and taking it. After I got good with photography, I'm like, I like my pictures. I don't know if I want to sell prints or take or do shoots. That just sounds like extra amount of my time. And these are just what the prices people gave for just coming up to me because I'm a guy they knew took pictures. Like that third gig, they asked me to take a few pictures from my class, so I sent them in, and they're like, "Oh my God, we love these. Name a price." And I said, this is a fair amount. This is not, I'm not undercharging, I'm not overcharging. It's just pretty in the middle. Like this is decent days work, decent days pay. But you could probably make way more than that if you actually applied yourself, unlike me. I'm just sharing how I got into photography and how I got these things. So here's some tips if you're starting out. You don't need a really good camera. If you can get just any DSLRs, like just find ones that look like they're not a pain in the ass to shoot. Just look on YouTube and find like some old used one. Mine's super old. It was like the low tier when it came out. I got like a cheap $150 lens, which is like the Nikon version of the Nifty 50, because my friend told me to get it, and I started taking pictures with it. I'm like, these look great. I see where I could buy some more gear for improvement. But I'm saving my first big boy camera purchase until I start really applying myself and actually making videos on a constant basis. And photos are probably gonna be my main source of income as I quit my job. So kind of got to hit that field a little bit harder too. So yeah, I'm saving for a big boy camera, but my camera's at work, my Nikon D300, which I'll restate here, D3300. I think my next one, I was gonna get like a Z50, but I think I'll just like go for like a Sony Alpha because I really like some of the cinema lens for those. I don't know, I'm shaking my hand like this, but yeah. But I like the Z30, Z50 or Z30. I think it's a Z30. I really like the Z30 and the pictures it takes. I think that one is the one with the removable lenses. I'll have to check that later. But yeah, some tips that I'd say, this is just the only things you need to know. How to get a clear picture in any situation. So like if a car is moving, you know that like sometimes you might want to get it perfectly clear where you just got to increase the shutter speed a lot. But if you want that blurred background, you actually have to try to find a speed where I'd recommend starting at like 100 and going up or down, where you can move with the car. So you take a picture of it while it's moving and you get it in focus, but the rest of the background's blurred. Oh wait, let me pull up my Instagram again because I did a shoot with my friend Patrick. I'll have to find his Instagram because I think he posted it, but I did a shoot with him. Oh wait, that's what I got. That was my third gig. Well, my third gig was with my friend Patrick, and yeah, he had there's a place called Elevate, which is like bowling, race car, like rock climbing, all that fun stuff here in Sanford. And he basically, I just came out to be his grip for a day, so carrying his extra camera bags, taking some extra photos. Like I took some pictures of him taking photos because sometimes photographers don't get to have pictures of themselves taken. But like we went, I took some photos from different angles, like tried to capture ones he might not have had time to go through while he was going with the woman there. And I think he paid me $150 for that. It was like an hour and a half of work, and like they treat the people. The manager was super cool. He all he asked for is for us to leave an honest review of how we felt, and he sent us downstairs to go race the go karts for a lap. He got us some food from their restaurant, which was delicious, by the way, amazing. And yeah, and then we just like played some of the games there. They have like a cool arcade. Unfortunately, if you live in Florida and you live near Sanford, you know that might not be the best place for a place of that caliber because it just might not have the people going there. Cat, your food comes out automatically. Stop messing with the dog treats. These animals are gonna be death meat. Let me bring this to a close. But yeah, that was my third gig. Hopefully I can edit this to be concise later. So third gig was like 150 for just being the grip for my friend Patrick while he did most of the hard work. Just carrying his I'm strong. It's like carrying his bags. I'm like 80 pounds heavier than him. So it's like, cool, carry his bag, take some pictures, have a great experience. And plus, I get $150. Too easy, dude. And none of those gigs did I actually go out and try to get. Just let me. This phone's got to be charged. Look, if this buffoon can make money doing photography, there is no reason why you can't. The forces of resistance are working against me. So right now I have no other lights besides that candle, which is barely burning at anything. But I do have this big light. I'll actually show you this. I think it was $60 on Amazon, key light. But it's just pointed up because I don't want all that light directly on me. It'll actually like, I'll just show you what it looks like if it's on me. It's just a little bit too much. My skin gets a little shiny. I actually think that looks pretty cool though. But I just angle it up because even with flash, you're supposed to bounce it off so you're just not overexposing your subject. I want my melanin to be a nice like glow, not too dead on, you know. And usually I'd have a light on back there. I didn't put that light on today just because I liked the way it looked. But there's like a lamp over there at the edge of my bed that I'll turn on just to separate me from the background. But I didn't feel like that was super necessary since I got like the added bokeh. I think this the iPhone camera got me pretty good. But yeah, it's that easy. Just go out and do it and just let people see you doing it. And if you're in a place where you can't really expose yourself or you don't do activities like me, like a musician, then I say just go out and take pictures. Someone will find you. So if your social network knows that you're taking pictures now and they see that they like some of them, they'll reach out to you. And you can talk about pricing. Your friends are great people to price because you can, I'd say, start with a high amount you might think be a little high, and they'll let you know. If they're your friends, they'll let you know it's too high. Say, oh, well, what about this price? You can work it down, and that just helps you negotiate. It's a lot easier to negotiate when it's not with like strangers who you think might call you. You're not bluffing, you just want that amount of money. And what I've learned is I've never been able to charge enough money. Like every time I give someone a price, they say yes too quickly, and I know, oh, I could have gone up on that price. I'm always scared, but that's really what it comes down to. How much do you value your own time and your own skills? But thanks for watching. Leave a comment below. Subscribe if you like this. Hopefully the edit is concise. And thanks.